Hi, welcome to my first YouTube video and welcome to my channel. So my name is Alina and yeah, I'm just a young college girl trying to make moves or whatever. But yeah, today I'm going to be showing you a makeup look. It's this right here. It's not nothing crazy. It's just something that I wear on the daily, low key. And yeah, period. If you want, you can follow me on my social media. Go ahead and give me a follow. Alright, today we're going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way Concealer in Natural Beige. I like to use a concealer instead of a foundation because I feel like a foundation is very cakey for me. So instead I just use concealer. And you're going to want to add this just as you would a foundation and apply it all around your face. Then you're going to want to take a damp beauty sponge and just pat, girl, and pat, pat, pat all the way around your face until it is evenly distributed. You don't want to leave no area of your face untouched by this sponge. Then I'm going to be adding a little bit more concealer under my under eyes. You can do this as well or just onto your problem areas of your face. Then you're going to want to add a little bit onto your T-zone. And again, go on with that sponge and just pat it out. And you're also going to want to bring the concealer down to your neck as well. Next, going to be taking my Morphe concealer, which I didn't even know they had until I went into Ulta Beauty. Then I like to add this concealer under my under eyes because again, that is my problemed area. And you're going to want to make sure that it's evenly blended out. Next, going to be taking my Smashbox highlighter and contour palette. I only use this palette for that one brown color because I feel like it matches my skin very well. And you're going to want to take an angled brush and apply it to your cheekbones as well as around your face. I like to do this because I feel like it adds a little bit more dimension to your face. Next, you're going to take a loose leaf powder. Any is fine. I like to use this one. I take another sponge, particularly one that has a straight angle on it, because I feel like it just adds the powder on more conveniently. You're going to want to be very generous with this powder because it's going to highlight the important parts of your face, such as your T-zone and under your eyes. I'm going in with a little bit more contour to define my jawline. Yes, girl. And yeah, just go ham on that contour because I liked my jawline to be very defined. Next, you're going to use the sponge and the powder to carve out your cheekbones. I also like to drag my powder down my cheek. Next, you're going to be taking your Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. Mine's is obviously worn through, and you're going to want to brush through your eyebrows and make sure there's no powder in them. To start off my brows, I like to follow my natural line. And then you're not going to want to start at the beginning of your brow, but at the middle, and then work your way down towards the tail. Then you're going to start filling out your brow and make sure that there's no empty spots or splotches throughout your brow. Then you're going to take the lines and kind of stroke them towards the very beginning of your brow. This gives it a more natural and defined look. And then I like to add the concealer onto my hands because I feel like it's more easier than reaching into the tube. And then you're just going to want to follow the bottom of your eyebrow. I don't like to conceal the top because I feel like it's very hard to blend out.
and it could be very harsh. I also like to add a little bit of concealer at the end of the tip of my eyebrow because I feel like it gives it more definition. Gonna want to grab your sponge and add a little bit more powder on your eyelid. This is so your eyelids don't crease. Next, I'm going to be taking the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And this is my little trick that I like to use. I like to put the mascara on my brows. I just feel like two different colors, so the black and the brown, mix very well and gives the brow a very more natural look. Once you have your brows done, you're going to want to take a very fluffy brush and just brush off that powder. And then work it all around your face. Next, I'm going to be taking my eyelash curler and curling my lashes. I'm not going to add lashes onto this look. I want to be more natural and a little bit simpler than trying to handle eyelashes. But if you want, you can go ahead and throw on some lashes if you want. For highlighter, I'm going to be dipping into the mini palette by Juvia, and I'm going to be putting the highlighter into the corner of my eye. I'm also going to be taking this drugstore palette and putting the highlighter also into the corner of my eye. You can take a fan brush or your finger and place the highlighter on the top of your cheekbone. With your finger, you're going to want to pat or slightly rub it into your cheek. With the fan brush, you're gonna lightly fan it across your cheekbone. In my personal opinion, your finger works just as good as the brush, but if you have the brush, I do recommend using it. I also like to put a little bit of highlighter onto the tip of my nose. You see that highlight, girl? I also like to put a little bit of highlighter at the very top of my lip and also at the bottom. I feel like it gives the lips a bit more definition. Next, you're going to be taking your Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fenty Glow, and I like to add a very generous amount onto my lip. Now we're almost done. You're going to want to add a setting spray to make sure that your look stays on through the whole day. I'm using the Jeffree Star x Morphe setting spray. And you're going to want to add a very generous amount to your face to make sure that your makeup doesn't move or sweat or just wear off during the day. And there you have it, the completed look.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big, I was gonna say, I don't know if you can say that, but give it a big thumbs up. And hopefully, if this video comes out right and I figure out how to edit it, then it will be posted, fingers crossed. If you did click on this video, thank you for watching. But yeah, if you want to see more of me and my life, subscribe and give it a like. And yeah, and I'll see you guys next time. A thumbs up. That sounds so weird like that. Okay, anyways,